In this video, we will check how to apply conservation of energy in spring systems. So we are considering right now an example where we are having a gun which is having a spring to launch the ball. So to release the ball, the spring is compressed. Okay. As you compress the spring, you will have elastic potential energy because it changes the shape. And obviously when you release the spring will expand and it will push the ball. So we can see that on releasing the spring, you can see in the second diagram, it is the spring has expanded and the ball will release. So what is happening is when you release the spring, the elastic potential energy EPE of the spring will decrease and the kinetic energy of the ball will increase, and now this ball can go and hit anyone and hurt that person. So EPE is equal to KE if there is no energy lost in friction and other losses. So we can write KE plus EPEI, which is initial, I standing for initial, is equal to KE plus EPE final. Now to add the GPE into it, we can rewrite with the component GPE on either side. EPE is for elastic potential energy and GPE is for gravitational potential energy. Now in this diagram, we are going to look at a spring and a mass system. Spring and a mass. So you can see that the mass is moving and the spring is attached to the wall. Okay. Again repeating, the mass is moving, it's not attached to the spring. So the block is moving and we have a normal spring in the first diagram. It's not an abnormal spring, it's a normal spring. That means it's neither compressed or expanded or stretched. The second one, you have a compressed spring. Okay. Third one, you have fully compressed spring. Now look at the block as it moves towards the right. First it had velocity Vi in diagram A. You can check that in diagram A we have got the velocity Vi. In diagram B the velocity becomes V, and in diagram C the velocity becomes 0. That means the block comes to rest. Okay. And in diagram D, the spring will now relax and launch the block back. That means push the block back. So now the velocity of the block is in the opposite direction. That's why you have got negative Vi, and it will launch it back with the same velocity which it had initially. E in each of the diagram is the total energy. So we can see that first E is equal to half mv square because the spring is at rest. And that means it's neither compressed nor stretched, only the block is moving, so it's kinetic energy of the block. In the second diagram, the block is moving, the spring is getting compressed, so we have half mv square plus half kx square. In the third diagram, the block is at rest and the spring is compressed completely, so half kxm square, xm standing for maximum compression. And in the last one, the spring is completely relaxed and you have got the block which has started moving with the same velocity which it had before. So kinetic energy is the total energy in the last diagram. Now let's look at this quick quiz based on the topic which we just now covered. When an object moving in simple harmonic motion is at its maximum displacement from equilibrium, which of the following is at a maximum? That means if you have a spring and if you have stretched it to the maximum displacement A, that means now if it's maximum displacement, there will be a momentary stop for the object. So we have, let's say there's an object which is attached to the spring. So this object will come to a momentary stop and we are going to release it. So at that moment, velocity will be equal to 0, momentary stop, velocity equal to 0, kinetic energy is equal to 0. And A is maximum. Now question is asking at this position, what will be maximum? So definitely it's not velocity because velocity is 0. We will apply the Hooke's law, F equal to negative kx, force is maximum. We know that force will be maximum because x which is maximum in this case, and if force is maximum, acceleration will also be maximum, because force and acceleration are directly proportional. Now let's look at another example. Let's look at another example when we want to calculate the acceleration for an object having SHM, that is simple harmonic motion. This stands for simple harmonic motion. Now this is not exactly an example. We are going to look at a formula for calculating acceleration of an object which has simple harmonic motion. So we will apply the Hooke's law for this diagram here, which says that Fs is equal to negative kx by Hooke's law. Then we also know that by Newton's second law, Fs is equal to ma. So we can equate negative kx and ma. Okay, we can rearrange it and we get acceleration as negative kx divided by m. So that's the formula for calculating acceleration for simple harmonic motion. Now value for x, we know it can move from positive a to negative a. That means you can completely stretch it, or it can go under compression, complete compression. So it can go from right to left. So maximum in the right to maximum in the left. So a, positive a to negative a. So that means value of a can range, the range of the values for a, acceleration will be negative ka divided by m to positive ka divided by m. So what we are doing is we are replacing this x by a and negative a. Now we are going to look at an example where we are going to apply conservation law, that means law of conservation of energy, to an example which is having a spring. Now here you have initial and final kinetic energy of the car is equal to 0. It's given to us. That means the initial kinetic energy and final kinetic energy of the car is equal to 0. Weight of the car is given. The force constant for the spring is given. First step, you want to find out the maximum distance the spring is compressed. For this, we will apply conservation of energy for the car and spring system. We write the equation Ke GPE EPE initial, Ke GPE EPE final. Now to make it simpler, we will make a table to find out the initial and final values for the car and spring, and then we can come back to the equation and substitute it, because initial and final values which you have to substitute in these two places is consisting of both car and the spring. So we'll draw a table to make it easier for us to understand. Now initial kinetic energy of the car, it is stated in the question itself, it's 0, and we know that spring is at rest. GPE for car, the formula will be mgh. It is at a height of 10. Spring is on the ground, so GPE is 0. Elastic potential energy for car is 0, for spring is 0, because spring is neither compressed or stretched. Final kinetic energy for car and spring is 0. GPE for both of them is 0, because finally the car will come to the ground. Spring was already on the ground. Okay. EPE for car is not there, 0, but when the car comes down, it will compress the spring. So the energy EPE for spring will be half kx square. Now let's go back and substitute. Once we substitute this, we can see that zeros can be removed. We can write mg as 13,000. Remember, it's mg, it's the weight of the car which is given and not the mass. So we can write mg as 13,000. H is 10. K value is given. We can solve it and get the value for x. Second part of the question is find car's maximum acceleration. Okay. Now in this we are going to apply Hooke's law and Newton's second law as we did before, because we want acceleration here, and we can rearrange the equation to get kx over m minus kx over n. Substitute the values. Now again the mass is not given, the weight is given. That's why we divide 13,000 by 9.8. We get the answer as 384 meter per second square. The next part is if the spring is compressed by only 0.3 meter. by only 0.3 meter. Okay, remember that the question is saying it is compressing only by 0.3 meter. We know from the previous part A, the compression of the spring is 0.51. Okay, now here it is telling if the spring is compressed only by 0.3 meter, how to solve it. So that means how to find the change in mechanical energy. So we are going to write, for the change in mechanical energy, we are going to find out the total mechanical energy final. This is MEF. Mechanical energy consists of kinetic and potential energy, and mechanical energy initial. We are going to find MEF and MEI. Substitute the values. We know that KE and GPE for the system final values are 0 from the table. Okay, and initial value KE, because car is at rest, and GPE for the car is MGH. Okay, the initial value, and the EPE, this is EPE for the spring. The spring was not compressed in the beginning, so it is 0 for spring. We have got that into the equation. We substitute it. Remember, this time we are going to put x as 0.3 because the question says it is 0.3. Calculate it. We get the answer for this is the change in mechanical energy with the question which the question is asking, change in mechanical energy. Okay, which we are also writing as WNC, which is for non-conservative forces. That means there is some frictional force. That's why final energy and initial energies are not equal. There is some conservative force. Okay, so that's how we non-conservative force, that is WN. There is some work done by non-conservative force. That's why we are not getting final and initial energy to be equal. Okay, so that's it for this problem.